Hey families, my name is Katie Egan and I am a teacher at Sunbeam Elementary. Go Jaguars, whoop whoop, we miss you guys. We are so excited about the start of the school year next week, but we also know that this is going to be a very unique start for everyone, myself included, as I have my own 3 children at home virtually learning and they started last week. Because I have 3 children at home, I've kind of been able to see what it's going to take in this virtual world of learning and teaching and working together to achieve those education goals. One of the ways that I have seen it is really beneficial for my own children is to have individual workstations in your house. I'm fortunate enough to have a room where all of my children can be working with headphones at separate areas and still be able to do their work to the best that they can. I'm going to show you those things in a little bit, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about how unique this time is, and even though it's challenging, how we can make the best of it. I know that my own kids would much rather be at school than at their house. I would much rather my children be at school than at our house, but we're gonna try to work through this over the next 6 weeks and do our very best. So the 2 most important elements of these next 6 weeks is not academics necessarily, but grace and patience. Everybody is learning these things together, teachers, parents, and students, and we are all going to be troubleshooting and trying to figure out the best ways to get a hold of each other and to get a hold of our students and to be able to be face to face with them, even if that means that it's in front of a computer screen for a few weeks. So one of the videos that was made by my colleague, Ms. Holosic, is creating schedules. That is something I'm going to touch on a little bit, but she did a whole amazing video about that, so I would take a look at that if I were you, and then take a look at this second in order to be able to build that schedule into a workstation, okay? So I'm going to show you the way that I set up my home, using some very inexpensive things from the Dollar Tree or just stuff that I repurposed and had at home in order to be able to create the best focus station for my own students. I'm going to show you the 3 workstations that I have set up in one room in my home. Each of my children are in a different grade level, and I wanted to reflect some of the things that they needed per their teacher at each station, and some of which my children sort of personalized with pictures that they chose or designs that they wanted. So it kind of was fun. They helped me design their area, and then some of the things that their teachers requested be out or organized in front of them, we were able to put together as a team. The most important part of your child's day that they're going to probably need right in front of them is their schedule. My own children's teachers put their schedules online, and your child's teacher will be doing the same, but it's nice to have it in big, bold, colorful print so that your child can just look to the left or right and it's right there. And then you can also look to the left or right and know what they're working on and if they are going to be live with their teacher or if they're going to be doing a video independently. I got this border at the Dollar Tree in a package, and I just sort of used it in each station. It was $1 and it was fun and bright and colorful. I also got the duct tape at Walmart for very inexpensive to sort of hang things up in a colorful way. My daughter chose a picture from her bedroom that she wanted to hang up of her friends. And then I got these little hooks to hang up the headphones at the Dollar Tree as well, and I got the headphones for pretty inexpensive at Walmart. I'm not gonna lie, they're not my favorite headphones, but I waited a really long time and most of the headphones that I was hoping to get for my children were out of stock. So I will be going back and possibly fixing which headphones they have. These work fine for right now, but they might not work fine for the long term. So just being flexible and having an option and just having something instead of the best is the way that it has to be right now. I hung my daughter's passwords up to the websites and email address that she's going to be using. She has a whiteboard per the request of her teacher with a dry erase marker, and I ended up just cutting up a little magic eraser that you can get for very inexpensive for a package of them. I just cut them into pieces so as it gets dirty and old, we can just replace it really easily. You can also use a sock. Her teacher requested certain colors for certain subject areas with notebooks and folders. So those are organized for her there. And I just ended up using a napkin holder to keep it all in place in front of her. Having a lamp or some lighting is really helpful. She's in 2nd grade, so having her hundreds chart there for her to be able to count with math. And then I just found really cute decals that you can use dry erase marker on to write whose little space it is at Walmart for $1. So this is her learning nook. My son is in 3rd grade and he has a pretty similar setup to my daughter. He has his schedule. He also has his headphones. He has some artwork that he did. He chose a picture for his workstation. He has his Chromebook from school. And then he also has some books out so that when it's quiet reading time, he can just pick it up and go. He also really wanted his own pencil cup. And then there's a plastic cup there that you can see because he likes to get up and get water breaks a lot. So having a water bottle or a cup is also helpful because then they don't have to get up and miss instruction. My youngest child is in kindergarten, and at first when I got the information that she was going to be virtual as well, I felt the most overwhelmed about her because kindergarten is all about play and socialization and being in person, and I really struggled with how are we going to navigate this virtually and on a computer program. But just like everything in the last 6 months, you kind of have that moment of stress and then keep it moving. So what I found, and I can't take credit for this as an original idea, I found this idea on Pinterest. This is a cardboard poster from the Dollar Tree. So I bought 2, they were $2 a piece. I used that same duct tape to tape it together in the middle, and it can actually fold in. The reason that I created this sort of big poster board next to her is so that she has complete privacy from what her brother and sister are doing. So this sort of blocks out their screens. She can't see. So if she's sitting right here at her computer, to the left of her is her sort of barrier of learning. One of the ways that you can make it stand up is if you, in the front and the back, sort of tape it to whatever workspace or table that you have it on. So that way it's not going anywhere if she bumps it. I thought it would be fun to just include some of the things that kindergartners need the most. She has her schedule, and really that's more there for me because she can't read it yet. And then I created her name the way that she would see it while practicing in kindergarten. So I drew the line across, the line on the bottom, and the dotted lines in the middle, and that looks like the tracing paper that she would use. And then over on the other side, I did it with the shortened version of her name because she likes to write the shortened version more. Her headphones, I put the ABC letter sound from Jack Hartman that was provided by her teacher. I just taped that up there. And then one of the things that was really important that her teacher sent was a little supply box and just the several different items that she needs as a kindergartner each day. So she uses 2 pencils, scissors, a handful of crayons, glue, and a dry erase marker for her dry erase board that her teacher sent. Her teacher also sent some math manipulatives. If your teacher sends them, they might not come in this fancy case, but it's kind of important to keep those math manipulatives in some type of a little box because then they can stay really organized. Just like my son, having some books available right in front, even if it's just 1 or 2 books so they're not overwhelmed, when it's quiet reading time, she just grabs her favorite one. So these are the two that she brought. And a lamp or some type of lighting. And then I ended up just getting a table out of our garage. It's like an old, sort of stained up, dirty, big card table. And I went to the Dollar Tree and found a fun tablecloth. And the tablecloth will probably get destroyed pretty quickly, but you can replace it, or I could just take it off and have the old kind of dusty, dirty table. So this is a way for things to feel really personalized. My third grader and my second grader don't need that as much as my kindergartner. So each of your child's needs are going to be really different. And so for my youngest, Abigail, she needs to have total privacy, and she also needs to have some of those reminder things. How do I spell my name? How do I make the number 1? Where can I hang my headphones where I can really see it? What are my letter sounds? Those are really just the basics of what she needs to know right now. So it cost all of about $4 to put this together, and then she has it for the whole time. She also has her Chromebook provided by the school. So that's a kindergartner's workstation compared to a third grader's and a second grader's. I hope you've enjoyed getting to see how to set up a successful area for your child to work quietly and independently in your home. I know that this seems overwhelming and can sometimes feel impossible, and trust me, I have felt that just as much with my own children along the way. It is possible, but it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of grace in understanding your child's teacher and what they're asking, and also understanding that your child is going to take a few weeks to get into a good groove of being able to use that workstation to access what their teacher is asking them to do. They will probably need some one-on-one assistance from a parent or a guardian, a sibling, grandma, anyone that can step in to help. And also know that it's okay if you don't know what you're doing for the first few weeks, because teachers are also figuring that out as we go. And this is new for everyone. So having a quiet workstation, it could be anywhere in your home. If it has to be in the kitchen, it has to be in the kitchen. If you have a space that you can set up with a card table or a little desk, go for it. If it has to be in your child's bedroom because that's the only place that you have to set it up, go for it. Just pick a place that you are going to be able to sort of buzz around and monitor and be able to hear what's going on in case you need to step in and help. And pick a place that your child feels that they can be comfortable and be themselves and make it look like a workstation that they would be proud to use. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My email address is katie.egan, E-G-A-N, @clevelandmetroschools.org, and I will be happy to walk you through any steps of setting up your future learning station for your scholar. Have a great last week before school starts, and we look forward to signing on and seeing your smiling faces on the computer screens next week. Good luck.